You know that feeling, right? That pit in your stomach when you check your phone and just see red. All that money you worked so hard for, just gone. The crazy part is, it's usually not because we made a bad choice, but because we were investing blind. We never really, truly understood what we were putting our money into.
So how do we stop this from happening? Well, it all comes down to one single core principle. It's a piece of wisdom so simple, yet so incredibly powerful that once you get it, I promise it's going to completely change how you think about money.
Rule number one is this: never lose money permanently. I know, it sounds obvious, doesn't it? But seriously, think about it. How many of us have chased some hot stock tip from a friend or jumped on a crazy new meme coin only to watch that investment just evaporate? That's a permanent loss. That's the kind that stings.
And let's be real, it's harder than ever to avoid these days. We are swimming in a sea of constant hype. Every single time you open your phone and start scrolling, there's some new guru promising you 100x returns, some new coin that's going to the moon.
It is so easy to get swept up in that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and end up making these huge decisions based on pure emotion. If you've ever felt like you're not actually investing, but you're just at a casino, pulling the lever on a slot machine and praying for a jackpot, you are definitely not alone.
You know, this whole chaos is fueled by these sneaky psychological traps. First, you've got following the crowd, where we just jump on a bandwagon because, well, everyone else is. Then there's hype buying, where some flashy headline is all it takes to convince us to throw our money in. We start chasing high returns, buying at the peak because we're terrified of being left behind. And of course, the big one, that dream of getting rich quick. These aren't strategies, you guys. They're emotional reactions.
But what if you could just step out of all that noise? What if you had a filter that could instantly tell you what's a real opportunity and what's just, hype? Well, guess what? You do. And it's one simple, powerful word.
Clarity. Look, this isn't about being the smartest person in the room or having a PhD in finance. It's simply about having a deep, fundamental understanding of the things you put your money into. Knowing why you own something is so much more important than just knowing what you own.
And just look at the massive difference this one shift makes. When you don't understand, a market dip creates instant fear and panic. But with understanding, that same dip is met with patience, with logic. You start to act with confidence instead of on impulse. You stop chasing trends that disappear in a week, and you start building real, actual value for the long term.
Let me put it another way. Think about it like this.
Imagine for a second you're sitting in the cockpit of a jumbo jet. You're on the runway, you can hear the engines roaring. Would you actually grab the controls and push the throttle forward to take off?
If you had absolutely no clue what any of those buttons or levers or gauges actually did? No way. Of course not. That would be completely insane. So why in the world are we doing that with our money? Why are we willing to put our entire financial future on the line, flying completely blind?
Okay, enough theory. Let's make this super practical. Here is a simple 3-step action plan you can start using today to take back control and invest with clarity.
First up, learn before you invest. Do the homework before you put a single dollar on the line. Number 2, keep it simple. Seriously, if you can't explain your investment to a friend in under a minute, it's probably too complicated for you right now. And third, build your knowledge over time. You don't have to become an expert overnight. Small, consistent efforts to learn a little more each day will compound into real expertise.
You see, making this shift from gambling to true investing, it does more than just protect you from losing money. It is the only sustainable path to building real, lasting wealth.
And this is a truth we all need to really let sink in. Getting rich quick is a trap. Real wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's built on a solid foundation of knowledge and patience.
So if you take away one thing today, let it be this formula. It all begins with understanding. That understanding builds unshakable confidence, and that confidence is what ultimately allows you to build wealth. It's time to stop gambling with your future. It's time to start understanding and start building.